I wanted to share with you that Keller Williams put a bunch of things out there for you that I'll put the actual links in the chat, but let me show you first. So for those of you that have good intentions of writing thank you notes or writing Thanksgiving gratitudes or what have you, both in like a handwritten format, you know, a sincere note, and really they come up with pretty much every element of when you'd write a note, even all the way to birthdays. They put some really genuine, nice little things to say, nice little quips. So for those of you that struggle with that, or on social media, they have really kind of, I just done it for you so that you don't have to overthink it. Or if you have someone that's helping you, that you can say, hey, go look at this and what do you like and what do you think, and do it. So for those of you that sometimes get caught up in those things, I'm just going to copy these 2 links and just open it up in the chat. You'll have them both, and their intention is not for you not to be authentic. It's for you to get it done, because sometimes we get in our own way. So be it a handwritten note or a social post, they came up with some fun, clever ideas. And so for any of you that need to be inspired by that, here's some ideas for you. Donna?
It's funny because Scott, you might remember, but we used to have like a class that involved writing notes at KW. And one of the things that I took away from that class was to write big. So write like 2 sentences really big in the card. So it has impact and you're done.
Right. Well, but the thing is I have to tell you guys, I have like my little drawer. You can't see it here, but I also have it at my office, and it's all my little notes that I've gotten this year, and I cherish them this year more than anything, because we need that connection. We crave that connection. So for those of you that might get caught up in the details, or you intend to do it, but you just get sidetracked because, you just do. I empathize with you because I have those times and moments too. The other thing I put together, though, that I want to also share with you is I interviewed Tabitha Clark yesterday, who's going to follow the strategy of an Ask the Expert playlist. And I know we've talked a little bit about this, that you guys could ask an expert, interview someone in your world that has a lot of credibility and clout and visibility, and you could collaborate with them and create really good content, like content worth hearing. First of all, because that's the big thing, is getting content worth hearing, and then how do you weave in video? So I put the whole plan together. I tried to download it and send it to you guys as a PDF yesterday, but for some reason Facebook would not let me upload any type of file on our closed group. It kept bombing out, so I think there was something going on. So I'm going to put this in the chat, but I really tried to eliminate any thinking in any of this. Like, okay, don't overthink it, but here are all the types of people that you might consider interviewing. I gave you some strategy in here of, if you had 6 guys to choose from that were all lenders, who's hungry for business and wants your business and has a social media exposure, that would probably be someone you'd pick over someone that really isn't into that. So I put a little strategy in here, and then I show you how you could do this in one day and be done with this project. Because the fear I have is for those of you that like to dabble in creative content, which is a good outlet. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of you will do a little and you'll never finish it. And then you realized you gave a day and a half away. And you didn't get far enough into the project for it to be something that has wheels, that has legs. So I literally designed it that if you wanted, you could follow this little plan and in one day be done with this project. And I give you examples of all these different types of experts you could interview. Well, it's kind of irrelevant, because the truth is, if I don't fit in a category on this list, but I'm a big community leader, or I am part of a community outreach program that's really special, or I'm a good friend of yours that just happens to own a gym. The relationship trumps this list. However, you could interview me in a number of ways. And literally with any one person, maybe pull 2-3 sound bites or even more from them in just a Zoom like we're doing. So I designed it so that literally at 9, you have one person, 10, 11, 12, 1, and 2. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different interviewees, topics. And literally, you could at least pull one soundbite from each, if not 2, 3, or 4. So I gave you an example. Like if you were to have an insurance agent first, you may have them speak on flood real quick, insurance that's unique about Florida if they're coming from out of area. What happens if there's a named storm right before they're trying to close? And these are 30 to 120-second sound bites. This is not a 5-minute interview. This is like what you need to know. Now, at 10 o'clock, you could have me. I'd love to be a guest, by the way. And I could talk about, hey, considering a career in real estate, not only your friend will help you, make sure you get through the first year, School of Hard Knocks, but, here's some other things. And I could have 3 different topics right there. You might have someone that in your world that has a really important charity event through the holidays that you want to promote on your platform. That might only be one longer take, because it might be a minute or 2 of them kind of talking through the vision of their program. At noon, you may have a lender and they may go down payment assistance, and they may, every time they have a new loan program to pitch you, do a video with you so you can just get it out. So I try to eliminate anything that might get in your way. And if you do this by Zoom, because you can start and stop record really easily, after each person you complete, you literally have your little outtakes already edited and ready to go. So it's not like a whole day of editing. It's really about 3 hours and you're done of all of this. So for those of you that want to do something like this, I would challenge you to use this kind of cadence so that you're not really busy making videos and you've got 2 videos over here and 1 video over here, and this other person said they'd come and make a video, but they keep rescheduling. That could be really frustrating. And yet, if you want to get this project done, you have what you need. So I'm going to put that in the chat for you guys. Any questions on that, or is anyone planning on doing anything like that? I know I've got a couple of you that are, so I want to make sure I hold you accountable to get it done. No one on here. I know one, I think you are.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely putting my nose into that one. I have to do it. I already prepped somebody, and I have to make some more calls today to line up my group of people.
Right, and here's the thing. Here's what so think of someone, and you don't have to name them out or anything, but think of someone that maybe you guys would like to interview, but they're not on social media. They don't know how to Zoom. They don't have a Zoom account. They don't have a YouTube account. Well, one of the benefits is that they get you. So your responsibility is to line it up, get it done, say, don't worry about this. I'm gonna do this part, the video part. I'm gonna upload it to my YouTube channel. And then what I would do, I'd go a step further and communicate with them how they should share it as well. Because a lot of folks don't know how to do all that, right? But they may have a huge following just because of who they are. So, if you do this for them, they're really going to be grateful, because most people aren't in a position to do this for themselves. So keep that in mind. So just say, hey, I'll take care of it, but what are some of the talking points we may want to do? And then the neat thing about Zoom is if you mess it up, you just hit stop and start record again. And what I do is, after I'm done with an interview, so say I'm interviewing Karen Carley, and I wanted to ask her about her first year in real estate and advice she gives someone new into the business, and maybe one other thing that she wanted to share. I could have 3 different videos from Karen that throughout the year, when appropriate, I could share those. So let's just say Scott's an insurance guy, and it's May 15th, and we know hurricane season starts June 1st. You may want to get some of that stuff out far enough ahead so that if they wanted to look into flood insurance, they'd actually have time, right? So this is going to be a communication cadence that you can have with your database moving forward of really good stuff, helping someone else. So again, most of you aren't me kind of people, right? Well, so you struggle at promoting yourself. This is promoting another and them promoting you. And it's a really, really cool style of growing your business. And most of you are willing to promote someone else, but you're not going to say, I'm great, pick me. You know, that's not your style. Well, that's why I love you. I don't want you to be like that. None of us like people like that, let's be honest. And yet, you know, when you think about the future, this video thing's not going anywhere, is it? In fact, we're just getting better and better and better at it. And yet your content is king. Your content is what makes you sticky. It makes technology find you, puts you at the top of the rankings, makes consumers, when they're searching keywords, have you pop up. And if you follow this plan all the way through, you have all of those things. You tick every one of those boxes for the long term. So think of this, and if any of you want to get into a little, I know Tabitha Clark, I know Juan, and a couple other people are really, really committed to doing this. I almost want there to be a deadline involved so that you get her done, and that we launch the next year in a powerful way, and then we can help others do this. Now, if any of you want to do this, you can also call the office and either reserve my office, because I'm only in the office like 2 days a week, and have that nice setup that I have, or the Zoom room with as almost an identical setup. You can use that space to do your video recording. We have mics, we have everything, we have lights. And so if you'd be better off in that environment versus home, you're welcome to do that. We have it all set up. Okay. Any questions on that?